Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction. Fulham 2, Everton 3. Um, what a game of emotions that was. Very good first half. Scored obviously within 30 seconds or whatever it was of the opening. Conceded a very, very sloppy goal. Then went on scored a couple of more good goals. Worked brilliantly, really, weren't they? Both of the second and the third goals. But then we made it very, very difficult for ourselves second half. I don't think I've been as angry as I have watching that second half. I've watched a lot of dross, but I don't think I've been as angry watching a Carlo Ancelotti team than I was watching that, honestly. In that second half, it was abysmal. Like, truly, as far as I'm concerned, abysmal. It showed up all our weaknesses as a team. It was honestly, I can't, it was just horrific. It was horrific to watch. And as good as the first half was, the second half was doubly as bad. The fact that we had, I think, one chance in the whole, and that was in the first minute of the second half. The fact that we allowed Fulham to come back into the game. The fact that we weren't proactive. The fact that we didn't create chances. The fact that we looked nervous. The fact that we didn't get up the pitch. And listen, no, I'm not having any excuses. I'm not having any excuses of after the World Cup, after qualifiers and all that, international games. I'm not having that. This is basic football that you just get right. It's also basic management. If you get to 15 minutes into the second half and the score's 3-1, then you make a change. You make a little subtle change to the team. Tom Davies, for me, should have been on after 15 minutes in the second half for James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez was having a minimal effect. So you take him off and you bring someone like Tom Davies on and you just get a grip at the midfield and you just be professional about it. And the fact that I thought when Tom came on, that nullified them pretty much straight away. It meant we could get hold of the midfield. And we looked a lot more solid once that happened, and they had to just start going long ball. They couldn't play through us. And I think that's on the manager. That decision is on the manager as far as I'm concerned. He should have made that decision a lot earlier. You can't be afraid to take James Rodriguez off. You just can't. In some games he'll be great, and in other games, we'll have little moments. And in this game he did have little moments in the first half. He helped create certainly the opportunity for the third goal. But second half, he was a passenger, and the whole half, it's like having 10 men on the pitch, and I'm not blaming him for that. But you've got to be prepared to just say, right, we're taking you off, and maybe that does come into it. The fact that he's played 2 games for Colombia, you go, right, you're tired, we'll take you off now. We'll put Tom Davies in the middle of the park, and we'll stiffen this up. We'll make it, because all we kept on doing second half, and this was the worst thing. Just giving it away all the time, just giving it back to them all the time. The amount of times, like, they just had the ball, the camera would cut away and come back and they'd have the ball. It's just not good enough. It's another game where we've had to score 3 goals to win a game of football. That just won't happen against good sides. That just won't happen. Simple as that. Good sides will just beat you, and that's what's happened in the last 3 games. You can't. Our defending is abysmal. Yerry Mina for that first goal, it's abysmal. Michael Keane was abysmal. Godfrey, when he had to go back at right back, was abysmal. We have to get this sorted because we are wide open at the back. The keeper doesn't help either, but we are wide open at the back, and it needs to be sorted because we've got the Premier League top goal scorer in our side. And yet, it reminds me of Martinez at the moment. It reminds me of when we had Romelu Lukaku. And it was a bit like today, tell you what it reminded me of. But luckily it didn't get that bad. But it reminded me of when we played Stoke over Christmas and we got beat, I think, 4-3. And Lukaku was absolutely immense in the game. Immense. And I think there was a moment when we conceded a goal and he just put his hands on his hips and looked at the players and as in to say, what more can I do? what more can I do for this team? And, you know, we had James Rodriguez, we got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison was great for the first half. He tired a little bit in the second half, but he was great in the first half. And you turn round and you look at what we're doing defensively, and you've got to ask yourself, what the hell is going on? What are they doing in training? I know he tinkered with the system today, but bringing Yerry Mina back for me, I think he was looking at Mitrovic. But then, if Mitrovic comes on, you pass him on to Michael Keane. Michael Keane should be able to deal with Mitrovic. Like, Mitrovic is some great striker. He's not. Not some great striker at all. Basic striker. Nothing amazing about him. The player who, you know, it was the other lad who came on for him that gave us all the trouble. We've got to get it sorted at the back, and whether that means Godfrey playing centre back or with Holgate, I don't know. Maybe he brought Holgate back too quickly and he wasn't fit. But we can't go on the rest of this season having to win to score 3 goals to win games. It's just not possible, and we've got to get it sorted. It's not hard, I don't think, to be a good side in the Premier League. I think you just need to be organised at the back, and you need a threat. Well, we've certainly got a threat. So it's about getting organised at the back now, and that means implement a system and sticking with it. And if it means making tough decisions, make those tough decisions. If it, you know, whether it be 3 at the back, whether it be 4 at the back, it's clear that when Seamus Coleman doesn't play, we really don't have an option for it. John Joe Kenny on the bench today, and Godfrey does not look comfortable playing right back. So we've got to get it sorted, because better teams will easily beat us, I think, or they'll easily score against us. But there has to be more aggression as well. More aggression off the ball. We're giving the ball away. We're not controlling the game. And then we're just all strolling about. And first half, when we had the ball, we looked great going forward. But I was so nervous every time the ball went into our half. I really was. Both goals were terrible. Terrible. Just players running with the ball. And then people switching off. People not following the runners. Honestly, I mean, I'm delighted we've got a win, because I was going great for that second half. I was going to end up looking like Baz. But it's Fulham, man. We could have had 5 in that first half. Richarlison should have made it 4-1, but he missed it. And he should have scored in the beginning of the second half. Not having a goal, and I thought he was great. But we've got to be better. We've got to be. Because I can't be sitting here like celebrating. I'm made up that we've got 3 points, and it's put us back 6th. So I'm delighted we've got the 3 points. But we've got to be better defensively, because this can't carry on. Good sides will rip us apart. They will rip us apart. The way we defend, absolutely rip us apart. But you know, but first half, Iwobi was great. Probably had his best period of play playing for Everton. But second half completely disappeared. And it was just the fact that in the second half, we just couldn't get hold of the ball. We just couldn't keep the ball. We just kept on giving it back to them and then kicking it away. And I think what happened once, I mean, obviously they got the penalty and we got a let off. But that should have been the signal. Get James Rodriguez off now and get Tom Davies on. Like, get that midfield secure. Stop allowing them to come through us. That's got to come from the manager. Only he makes the decisions on the subs. He's got to see that. After 10 minutes in the second half, you could see that James Rodriguez was not getting the ball. And if he's not getting the ball, he's a passenger. Because we sort of decided that we weren't really going to have a go second half, which was mad. Because if we kept on playing the way we had been playing, we could have scored 5 past them easily. You know, it's Fulham. They're awful. They're absolutely awful. And we didn't, and then we got stuck between, rock and a hard place, because them players didn't know where to come or where to go. They didn't know where to... And then we were left with players, Dom isolated again. You just left scratching your head this side. It's like bloody Jekyll and Hyde, isn't it? And you can't... any successful team, and this is what's mad about it being Carlo, with being Italian, is any successful team is built from the back. It's built from being solid. You get solid, you win games. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea started the season scoring goals, but conceding them. Dodgy goalie. They got a new goalie. They sorted the back line out, and now they're winning games because they will always score goals. We will always score goals because of the players we've got playing for us. We've got the Premier League top goal scorer playing for us. We will score goals. So work doubly hard at the back. If that means sacrificing someone, then sacrifice someone. Have someone extra in midfield. But I've just seen someone saying a massive overreaction. It's not a massive overreaction because it's about every game we play. It's about conceding goals. I'm not talking about just about today. I'm talking about the fact that we've conceded 2 more goals and we're hanging on. We scored 3 goals against Fulham and we're hanging on. That's what disappoints me. It'll disappoint the manager and it'll disappoint the players. That's what you've got to look at. It's about what happens when we play Leeds next week and Burnley. Are they going to make it? Just as easy for us to score? We've got to get that back line sorted. Otherwise, we won't get Europe. And I know it's a process. I know that. But today at the back line, second half, we were poor. We were so poor, and that can't just be wiped away because we won the game. It can't be, because we nearly threw it away in that second half against a very, very poor side. A very poor side. Fulham, they're not a good side. But if you beat those sides, yes, that's what helps you. That's what helps. Of course it does. That's what gets you into those European players. But we've got to get that back line sorted massively. Let's just talk about some of the positives. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, brilliant again. 2 goals. Another goal ruled offside. Of course it was offside, but again, there for it. His hold-up play, magnificent. Second half there on his own, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So he was brilliant today, Dom. Absolutely brilliant. Great to see Doucouré get his first goal as well. Should be doing that more often. When we were going forward in that first half, some of the football was lovely. But the second and third goal, the football was absolutely brilliant. James Rodriguez just in the middle of the park, just knocking it on, finding Dean in space. Iwobi for the second goal, great run, absolutely great run. And Dom were two, his goals were just strikers' goals, weren't they? And Doucouré with what you want from your midfielder, getting into the box and knocking it in. And it was so easy. We finished that half and it was so easy. And as I said, Richarlison probably should have got one, but he's miskicked it. And it looks so easy. But you've got to do that both halves. You've got to come out and do that both halves. And, at the end there, for that little spell, when they got the penalty and scored, we were really hanging on. Till he brought Tom Davies on. I don't know why he brought Gylfi Sigurdsson on. Absolutely did nothing again. Nothing. Weird sub to take Richarlison off. I know he might have been struggling. I don't know. But he's a ball carrier. He'll take you up the pitch. To getting someone like Sigurdsson on the pitch. Mad sub. I didn't understand that one. But we got 3 points. First win since Brighton. And 6th place. We're back at it. Luckily enough. It's been a while, hasn't it? But it's just when you look at the teams we've beaten. Brighton 4-2, West Brom 5-2, Fulham 3-2. Of course, we beat Spurs, beat Crystal Palace. Clean sheets, man. We've got to want to get clean sheets as well. We've got to take pride in getting clean sheets. Players should be like you see Mina against Brighton, wanting to defend. We can see goals and just go, oh, you should be clean sheet. When clean sheet with our forwards, we'll win. We'd piss Europe as far as I'm concerned. It's mad. It's just, honestly, I'm just so frustrated at watching players just kick the ball away again and again and again. And it really wound me up today, and that's why I know I should be happy we've won. I am happy we've won, but I can't honestly sit here and go, isn't everything great, when it's not. It's not me, and I can't do that. So, players have got to play better. The manager's got to recognise when it's time to take someone off, whether it's because of tiredness or because it's because it'll help the team. He's got to see that early, as far as I'm concerned. Listen, you know, Carlo Ancelotti knows miles more than I will ever know about football. But after an hour, when you see a player not touching the ball for 5 minutes, surely you've got to go, yeah, I might take him off. I'll just sort that midfield out. We're 3-1 up. Let's go out this half, finish 3-1, and everyone's happy. We don't seem to do things like that. This is the Everton way. We just seem to wait till the other team score and then do things. I don't know. It seems to infect everyone who comes to Everton. Yeah, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Am I having a massive overreaction here? I don't think I am, because I'm talking about every game. I'm talking about why we lost the last 3 games, because our players can't defend, and they couldn't defend today. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's 3 points. We're up to 6th, I think it is at the moment. 16 points. That's probably where I'd want to have been around now anyway. So I think after this amount of games, it's like the quarter. Well, I think we're a quarter of the season in now, pretty much, aren't we? So after this amount of games, 16 points is exactly where I'd want to be. 5 wins, 3 defeats, and a draw. So I'm points wise, I'm quite happy with that. So it's obviously on till next week now. Leeds and Burnley, next 2 games, both different in their own way. But we're back to winning ways. That's the main thing. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to check out the player ratings when they're out. Baz's instant match reaction. And here's 3 things from today. We'll be live tomorrow doing the final word. So if you want to join us for that, make sure you join us on Patreon. The link will be in the description, and it'll also be around here. Around there. Thanks for watching. See you later.